Hey guys, it's Mr. Mock, and I'm just putting together a quick video on how to divide polynomials. Our example's right there. X cubed minus 7x squared minus 7x plus 20 divided by x plus 4. Let's go ahead and talk this out. How to do it, how to solve it, how to make it happen. So what I've done is I have already written it out in the form that we need to do the division. Alright? And I'm going to talk us through it. I've basically already done the problem. Okay? So the first question that we're trying to do is we're trying to say what times, let me get my pen ready, sorry here, what times x will give us x cubed, alright? So x times what gives us x cubed? And you find out that that's x squared, right? X squared times x gives us x cubed. So what you're going to end up doing is you take that x squared times x plus 4 equals this. Now I can already see where I made a mistake. That's my bad. And you're basically doing the distributive property for this whole thing. Alright? This should be an x cubed. That's x cubed. Alright. Zoom back out. Alright, so now when you use the distributive property, x squared times that x plus 4, you get x cubed plus 4x squared. Right? X squared times x is 4x cubed. X squared times 4 is 4x squared. And what you're doing now is the subtraction. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and put then, this is going to subtract this from the x cubed minus 7x squared, which is how then you get, the x cubed minus x cubed, they cancel each other out. You get negative 7x squared minus 4x squared gives you that negative 11x squared. That's where we get that number right there, that negative 11x squared. This one right here. Okay, you get that from that negative 7x minus negative 4x squared. Alright, so then we go back to the top. Now our focus is that negative 11x squared. X times what gives us negative 11x squared? And what you find is you get that negative 11x here. Alright? This guy. Okay? And you're going to go back and do distributive property again. You're going to do negative 11x times x plus 4 gives us this. You want to move... gives us, and I messed that up there, but goes down to this line. So negative 11x times x gives you negative 11x squared. Negative 11x times 4 gives you that negative 44x squared. And you're subtracting that. So minus this, which is how you get negative 11x squared minus negative 11x squared. Gives you nothing. And then negative 7x minus negative 44x gives you a 37x. So negative 7 minus negative 44. That negative and a negative make a positive. So it'll be a positive 44 minus the 7x gives you that 37x. Which means now we go back to the top. And we say x here, x times what gives me the 37x? Well, oops, that is where we get that plus 37 right here. Okay, that's where that comes in. So we're going to do x plus 4 times that 37. We're going to go back and use that distributive property again. So 37 times x plus 4 gives us that. That 37x plus 148. And then we have to subtract it. Minus, so those go away. 20 minus 48, 148 is going to be a negative 128. Right? So that's going to be our remainder. So we're going to take that number all the way back to the top. So you have our answer here. We have that x squared minus 11x plus 37. And now we're going to have that remainder of negative 128. So your final answer is this guy right here, which shows you that x plus 4, or negative 4, is not a 0 of x cubed minus 7x squared minus 7x plus 20. Now, that's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and people are getting confused with it, and I understand. I mean, look at the mess that is there. Look at all this. It's a lot of work. It can get confusing, so I get it, and I understand. So I've been getting a lot of questions on where's the easier way. There's got to be an easier way. It's math. There's always an easy way. You guys always show us the hard way, and then there's an easy way. Okay, so here's the easy way. Or less messy way. How about that? So let's start with that same problem that we had, okay? And x plus 4, we know the 0 for that is negative 4. So we're going to bring down negative 4 here. Okay, now bear with me. The coefficient in front of the x cubed is 1. There's 1x cubed. Then it's negative 7. Then it's negative 7. And then it's 20. I think you should probably agree with me at this point. Those are the same numbers, right? Negative 7, 20. There's 1x cubed. And then the 0 for x plus 4 is going to be negative 4. Right? So now, check this out. You take the 1 and you put it down here. Okay? Now, just again, stick with me here. You got the 1 down there. I'm going to go ahead and make another line here. What is negative 4 times 1? Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 7 plus negative 4 is negative 11. Okay? Now we're going to take negative 4 times negative 11. That's a positive 44. So do you see the pattern that we're taking here? All right? We went from here to there, yes, and then we go from here to there, all right, and now 44 and negative 7, that gives you 37, and then we're going to do negative 4 times the 37, which 4 times 7 is 28, 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 2 is, you're going to have a negative 148, which gives you a remainder of negative 128. So now, Mr. Mock, that's great and all, but what does this all mean? Okay, great question. Let me answer that now. So we know that we started with an x cubed, right? X cubed right up here. X cubed is the first, is the power of the leading coefficient, or the degree of the leading coefficient. So now we divided. So now this 1, this red 1 right there, represents, let me get my pen out, represents now simply x squared. And then you go down. This was, the negative 11 is going to be negative 11x. You're going to have plus 37. Then you have the remainder of 128. So ideally, that last number, where that negative 128 is, that last number should be a 0. If this right here is 0, if that's 0, then we know there's no remainder, and we know that the x plus 4 goes in perfectly. So let's now compare the two, right? So there's that one. We had x squared plus, minus 11x plus 37, remainder negative 128. And then check it out. We have x squared minus 11x plus 37, remainder negative 28. So this one right here is called synthetic division. This one, that you guys are probably hating right now, is straight up dividing polynomials. You have to pick the one that works best for you. All right? Choose one. Choose wisely. Don't choose poorly. And that's kind of where you're at. Hopefully that helps. kind of explain the two. And I hope you guys are, if you have any questions, come find me. All right, bye guys.